face. If you want to gawk at something, take it to the Astro Lounge.
Quick piece of advice. We hear the name Benjamin Bayou, and we should duck the other way. Fast.
How'd you like to hitch your wagon to a celebrity star? Hmm? That's right. The Mickey Caviar is in the market for a job, and you look like someone who could use a great ship's cook. What do you say? Oh, you're breaking my heart. Ah, people these days. I'm a food critic. I had a widely renowned column in the New Atlantean called Mickey Caviar's Taste of Space. Ring a bell? No? Well, there's no accounting for taste. I'm retiring the column anyway. Just my luck. I guess it's back to drowning my sorrows.
Hey. If you're hiring, I could really use the work. Engineering is my specialty. I am trying to optimize your repair systems to keep your ship up and running. Let me know if you change your mind.
Okay. Hello. Now, you're new here, aren't you? Name's Boone Morgan, your new best friend on Neon. If you're here for a drink or listen to the music, I've got you covered. But if you're here for something a little more exciting, we have plenty of Aurora for sale. Not at the Astro Lounge, my friend. In fact, this is the only place authorized to sell Aurora by order of Administrator Bayou himself. And once you buy it, you can use it anywhere in the Neon that you'd like. Well, except the spaceport, of course. Oh, no. Drugs are for street gangs and junkies. Aurora is on an entirely different level. I like to call it an exquisitely crafted, transcendent experience. Only problem is that won't fit on the package. Here, take a look at the menu. Now, I'm not going to lie. The Aurora is a bit expensive, but let's face it. Can you really put a price on pleasure? Oh, Ben and I are good friends. He personally gave me the job here at the Astro Lounge. Oh, he's a good man. Cares a lot about the citizens of Neon, making sure they're all employed and well taken care of. A real humanitarian. Pretty amazing, isn't it? That's Borealis, only 19 years old, and yet she produces some of the most heart-pounding, trippiest electronic music you've ever heard. I don't know where she gets her inspiration. I'm betting all that free Aurora she gets has something to do with it. That depends on if you're hungry or thirsty. All right, well, I've got a couple of specialties of the house you might be interested in. First, there's our best seller, Sangria Astral, which is a curiously refreshing, fruit-infused red wine served in a commemorative bottle. But if your palate is a bit more refined, we have our Bayou Private Reserve, a painstakingly distilled cognac stored in the purest Arcturan crystal. That enough? Or are you hungry as well? Ah, a bit of a foodie, are we? I can't say I blame you. We're just as renowned for our cuisine here as we are for our drinks. First, let me tempt you with our melon caviar. Delicate, salty spheres of melon, hydroponically grown in our private aqua garden. And to finish, our lounge special strip, a grilled soy-based steak served with a steaming side of chipped potatoes. That's delicious. Anything there sound appetizing, or you looking for something else? Of course, of course. You can look, but we both know what you're here for. A bit of Aurora, right? Excellent choice. The Sky Suite offers luxury and sophistication you won't find anywhere else in the settled systems. And since you'll be living in the same tower as the Astral Lounge, all of its pleasures and pageantry are only an elevator away. Of course, the Sky Suite features an open design with an emphasis on luxury. Whether you prefer the morning sky or a neon sunrise, the high ceilings and wall-sized windows will give you a full view of the city's splendor. How unfortunate, but I will be here should you change your mind. Enjoy the lounge. Yes.
Yeah?
I just need a minute. I think that last drink was stronger than I thought.
That's what you said 2 drinks ago. Maybe you should slow down.
Hey there! This Aurora stuff, it's blowing my mind!
Keep your... You know I went to chef school. This ain't exactly where I saw myself.
Where did you learn to pick 'em? You know what, on second thought, I don't want to know.
by all means, feel free to disturb me. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Not that it's any of your business, but yes. I'm the administrator of Neon. Actually, there are a lot of perks that come with the job. But do you want to know my favorite? One snap of my finger and people who ask too many questions get thrown off of the upper platform. I love that one. I wouldn't normally bother with idle chatter, but that's such a ridiculous question. I'm going to gift you with a response. I don't own Neon. Neon is the property of Xenofresh Fisheries, of which I just happen to be the CEO and the major majority stakeholder. Now, if you'd care to take a moment to dissect that statement in your tiny little mind, I'm confident you'll discover the answer to your question. Well, that was riveting.
Hey there, what's up? Yeah, sorry, I don't do autographs. Now that would be something new for a change. You can't even imagine how many people ask for an autograph or picture after I've been modding all night. It gets really annoying. Programming the beats? Turning the dials? Come on, stay with me here. Oh, so it's my fault. I suppose next you're going to tell me it's okay for fans to start stealing stuff too. My music slate's gone. Completely vanished. I had all of my new songs figured out on that thing, and someone ripped me off. Total drag. I started playing music when I was 10. My father had an old electronic keyboard he passed down to me, and I fell in love with the thing. By the time I was 15, I got my first track and started club hopping. I was pretty young, but with my father as manager, he watched my back. 4 years later, and here I am, booked into the hottest club in the settled systems. Pretty crazy. Feeling the music? Oh yeah, absolutely. It allows me to step away from myself for a while and harmonize with the universe. There's music out there, you know, if you listen. The trick is not getting hooked on that feeling. I got close to that state a few times, but reality and responsibilities always managed to pull me back. Oh man, wow, that would be so cool. Yeah, please. I thought I sensed a decent aura around you when you walked up. The thing is, I perform here at the lounge every single night, which means I can't repeat the same set over and over. I have to keep it real. Songs, lyrics, poems, all of my thoughts, basically. We're talking 3 years of stuff. It's not like I can just rewrite everything. Some of those moments of inspiration are long gone, out of my mind. That's why I write them down. Exactly. So, anything you can do to help is appreciated. Oh, and if you're looking for a lead, talk to Micah. She works the bar at Euphorica, and she's a walking grapevine. Anyway, I got to figure out how I'm going to mod my next set. I'll see you around, okay? Well, most of the people who come through here are fans, and they're either zoned or just digging the rhythms. That leaves collectors, competitors, or just a thief trying to make a cred. It could be anyone, really. People try to put a price on everything. Doesn't matter if it's music or the stars. If that price is big enough, you start attracting people with bad vibes and long knives. Only a matter of time before you get cut. Sharing safe.
Demanding we look into her husband's murder. Yeah. Right. Hysterical fraud.
Another day.
Show no mercy, leave no quarter. If you come to talk about bounty hunting, I can answer questions. If you want to pick up a bounty job, go to the local mission board. Be warned though, if you think this work is for making a quick credit, you may not be cut out for it. It takes skill, precision, and a willingness to risk your life. We are bounty hunters. We are hired when someone evades the law or some other form of justice. It is up to us to find them and bring them in, alive or dead. I do, but I do not share these stories, for it is not a job to be celebrated. I've seen them beg for their lives, try to pay me not to bring them in. I'm not proud of all the lives I've taken. This life is kill or be killed. Each bounty represents a desperate person unwilling to face justice willingly. They do not play by the rules. Remember that. Bounty hunting is not easy work. It is not for those simply wishing to make a quick credit. You must be sure of your abilities or you will not live long enough to collect. But you seem insistent. Find Trackers Alliance missions at the local mission board. Jobs are posted on mission boards across the settled systems for freelancers to find contract work. Complete the contract, earn some creds. The Trackers Alliance uses them for some of the simpler jobs, or when there's too much work, but not enough trackers. They're posted in most local bars, especially those near spaceports.
Stay away from Ebside. The locals there don't exactly appreciate the tourists.
Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Velocity or Chimera?
Looks like you need to relax.
All day. What I like being
I don't know. Chimera's nice, but Velocity? That's
Take it easy.
what you have.
See, you just
Here for a drink?
down your
A
third
Chimera,
velocity.
perhaps?
You're out cold.
Welcome. Please, make yourself comfortable. I can offer you a drink, or perhaps you're here seeking access to our members' lounge, where you can enjoy your Aurora experience in peace.
Well, let's face it, some people are just gifted.
Sorry, no. Aurora sales are only permitted through the Astral Lounge. We simply provide a safe haven for you to enjoy it in peace. If you desire access to the lounge, you can purchase admittance for a completely reasonable fee. Otherwise, you're welcome to relax, listen to our music, and perhaps enjoy a chimera. It's a specialty alcoholic beverage only served here at Euphorica. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Not only will you be able to experience one of the most exclusive Aurora lounges in Neon, you also have access to our private bar. The bartender down there is a personal friend of mine, and he sells some rather unique items. A wise choice. Here's your access key. Please let us know if anything in the lounge interferes with your comfort. If you need anything else, please, don't hesitate to ask. I see. I'd be willing to divulge this information for the right price. Because when you work the bar, your clients tend to be more honest than they'd like to be. And besides, information isn't a drink that you can sample. When clients come to my bar, they expect a certain amount of discretion. Eroding their trust is not something I'm willing to do for free. Thank you for your business. The man you want goes by the name of Stratos. You'll find him at Madame Savage's. He's what you would call a fan of Miss Borealis's works. Or maybe fanatic is a more accurate term. Either way, he's the one you want. But you didn't hear it from me. It's a nice gesture, but I'll have to decline. I don't have any need for that partnership. Of course, I recommend our house specialty, the Chimera. It's a unique triple-layer drink that I believe you'll find quite delightful. It consists of mild cold soju on the top, a thin layer of fruit liqueur in the middle, and a strong dark soju at the bottom. The initial mildness of Chimera slowly warms the senses, which rapidly transitions into a sudden burst of sweetness from the fruit liqueur. This sweetness braces the palate for the impact of the much stronger, robust finish. It's a drink of my own design. He's one of the usual lowlifes you'll find at Madame Savage's. He's also a very fervent admirer of Miss Borealis and her work. It wouldn't surprise me if that admiration extended to her possessions. For fans like him, trinkets and mementos are a way to get closer to the one they admire. Fallen stardust. May I recommend a Chimera? Enjoy your drinks.
Nothing beats getting zoned in the members' lounge.
Care for another Chimera?
Excuse me, I don't suppose you're looking for a robotics expert, are you? I have a vested interest in getting out of Neon.
If you're in need of some extra relaxation today, perhaps...
I have a good deal of experience with machines, especially robots. I'm also an expert in the manufacture of certain chemical substances. But I guarantee I'll figure out whatever job you give me, even if I've never done it before. I've got a good head on my shoulders. Fine, whatever, I'll be here if you change your mind.
Micah knows how to make a drink. You like art? Oh, you'll like this. Just head on over to Neon Tactical and check out the robot. It's my best work. Only when I have a knife in my hand. The rest of the time, I just paint. Euphorica's home for people like us. And by people like us, I mean killers, thugs, and thieves. Now, I haven't killed anyone in a while, but that just means I'm due. Are you in a gang? You sound like a middle-aged bank teller. Yeah, I'm in a gang. The Disciples. Maybe you've heard of them. That Cyclops should be thanking me. I dressed up his toy real nice, gave him a total makeover. He's lucky that's all I did after what that thing did to my crew. I thought it was pretty clever. If I trashed it, it'd stink for a bit, but he'd get over it. So I took a can of spray paint and put my tag on it. Now, every time that Cyclops opens up that eye, he's gonna see my art on his buddy. We tried to rob his store and reload our crew. That's when his little toy unloaded on us. Lost some good disciples in that group. If anything, that freak should be paying me. Yeah, I do. And I'll make art out of your guts if you step out of line. And what makes you think I will? True. Don't want to fight a war on two fronts. Yeah, it's hard to predict Crazy. Never know what he might do. Now, the old Cyclops got us outgunned, that's for sure. All right. The Cyclops is one thing, but I know better than to mess with you. Besides, that Model A shredded my gun arm. I can't aim straight, let alone paint. Here, you give this to that freak and tell him we're even. Yeah, beat it.
Those chimeras really pack a punch.
Love the vibe of this place. I'll have that ready for you shortly.
Thanks, Micah.
Care for another camera?
Sure. Thanks, Micah. Now keep them coming. It's been a rough day.
Hello.
If you're in need of some extra relaxation
Hello there. On behalf of Euphorica, I welcome you to our members' lounge. I'll be happy to provide whatever you need from our private bar to enhance your experience. Can I get you anything? Some Aurora, perhaps? Yes. Well, due to the extreme exclusivity of the members' lounge, we like to keep the fact that we offer Aurora confidential. You can rest assured that purchasing Aurora from this establishment is not only safe, it's completely legal. Of course, no purchases are required. You're more than welcome to simply relax, absorb the energy, and center yourself. We also offer an assortment of beverages, so feel free to browse our selection anytime. Begging your pardon, I find that fraternizing with the customers can lead to problems. I prefer my private life remain my own. No offense intended. Thank you. Let me know if I can help in any other way. Absolutely. Just remember to breathe and relax. Peace, solace, and serenity be with you.
You're really going to walk on by and miss out on a chance to
Welcome to Chunks. Thanks for choosing Chunks.
I just serve the chunks. I don't make them.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. The Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic.
I'd be making a fortune. Yeah, I know these mistakes. It's a living.
And what do you buy? A Deimos? They basically stole all their tech from Nova anyway.
What's the word for that again?
Careful screwing with the security around here. These idiots aren't quite as honest as the Freestar Rangers.
Can you believe Cena?
Apparently, that's the law, and it's been in existence from the beginning.
You would think something like that would have been changed by now. Interstellar should be quite constant.
While we're here, you might want to stay away from the edge of the upper platform. It's a long way down.
Too bad I can't squeeze any Aurora from these fish. I'd rather be doing this than getting used to it.
Are you ready to feel?
Defeat your body with charms!
Sleep crates for rent.
Yeah?
Okay. Sounds good.
Enjoy some unique company. And toss back one of our exclusive velocity cocktails.
Wonder how many poor souls who couldn't make it in New Atlantis ended up working at the fishery. It's a neon.
I ain't gonna stand around here all day, right?
Hey, get away from
stuff or not?
Astral Lounge, Euphorica, blah, blah, blah. This place is where it's at.
Excuse me.
Still cheaper than buying it at the Astro.
Huh?
Nothing like the velocity after a shift.
I'm walking away. Got a second to chat? I'm in the market for a job that'll get me out of Neon. If you need some muscle on your crew, I might be your girl.
I don't know what Blinn tastes like.
I think so. I've never been on one before, but I'm a quick learner and I'm trained for combat. I hear the space lanes are getting more dangerous every day. It might be nice to have a tough chick around, right? Man, am I glad to hear that. Thank you so much. So, before we finalize anything, I should probably tell you that I'm a member of the Disciples. If that changes your mind, I get it. Not everybody likes associating with gangs. One of Neon's biggest gangs. We mostly operate in Ebside, like the Strikers. No, of course not. I wouldn't involve you in any kind of trouble. The gang's leaders know I'm planning to take a contract job off-world. Thanks. That's a big relief. You wouldn't be the first person to turn me down when they found out. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to discuss my salary. Loyal service doesn't come free. Not when I have debts to pay off. I'll accept your standard going rate, not a credit less. I'm really sorry to hear that. Just think it over for a bit. If you change your mind, I'd be happy to renegotiate.
What are you looking at? This? This is Ebside Striker's turf.
Only the upstairs. Don't bother my customers.
Fine, upstairs. That's gang territory, got it? Yeah, back in the day, you would never. Ugh. Yeah, you used to be people were afraid of the Strikers. We had a name, got it? Now the Disciples got us penned up in this lousy bar.
Andrea!
Fine, fine, fine. This beautiful establishment. Do you have anything else, or are we done with this? Whatever this is. I mean, the Strikers will rob you blind, and if you back us in a corner, you're gonna bleed. But the Disciples? Pfft, total nutjob animals. They torture people for kicks. And the only people that kept them from getting out of control? Us. And now we're all but ruined. We were one of the big dogs. We could take what we wanted and no one gave us shit. And Briggs? Total class act. Not a psycho like the Disciples. Now look at us. So you stroll in here and want to meet with Briggs? The nerve. Maybe you should meet with the business end of my shiv, huh, tourist?
No blood in my shop, Andrea. I'm this close to tossing the lot of you out on the street.
Fine, fine already. You're lucky. Only way you see Briggs is if you, want to join the Ebside Strikers. Oh, nothing. Joining us now is great. People are banging down our door to go down with this ship. Huh! Well, ain't you gung-ho? This ought to be good. Sure, let's go meet the boss.
New customer. Bienvenue. Before you order, I have 2 simple rules you need to know. Oh, this is my place. That means everyone in here is under my protection. You don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Good. If you're buying drinks, you better have cash. Madame Sauvage does not offer credit. Good? Ça c'est bon? Oh, well, Thank you very much for the compliment. I'm told my family tree traces itself back to Europe, on Earth. Specifically the region known as France. A long and proud history, no? Finally, someone who listens and does what they're told. A rare commodity in Epside. I like you already.
I can personally vouch for my colleague here and make sure that she behaves.
So, what can Madame Sauvage get you? Have you come to try velocity, perhaps? Or do you prefer something with a little less kick? It's nothing less than heaven in a glass. As though the universe itself was resting her lips on yours. My own personal creation. You want information? Go read a book. You want a drink? Talk to Madame Sauvage. That's how things work in my place. Of course, of course. Anything for my special new customer. What can I get you today? Unfortunately, that will have to remain my secret for now. It's safe if the identities of the involved parties remain anonymous. Let's just say I was owed a substantial debt, and the bar was how I got paid, and leave it at that. That won't be necessary. On my home planet, we have beautiful beaches. And during certain times of the year, the ocean lights up in beautiful spectrums of color. Now, science will tell you that this is from tiny microscopic organisms that are emitting bioluminescent light. But I believe it's so much more. I think it's a dance, a celebration. It's nature's way of giving thanks to the sun for nourishment. It's breathtaking. That is the essence of velocity. It's a toast to nature and all its splendid wonders. A sudden merger of humankind to the cosmos. Administrator Bayou has forbidden any place other than the Astral Lounge from selling Aurora. Now, if Euphorica wants to sell it in their members' lounge, or Legrand wants to mix it into blend, that's their choice. Moi? I prefer to stay off of Bayou's radar and keep Neon security off my back. We'll see you again soon, yes?
You didn't see anything. Catch my drift.
This song's got me so zoned. Oh, yeah, I love her music so much. You a fan of Borealis too? I vibe with that bird hard. She's a beast on the beats. And I love her. Got a track in my head right now. Boom! 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 Yeah, hear it? It's bloody mood, innit? I just need some more Aurora so I can get me head bobbing with the wave. Find that zone. Yeah, which is why it pains me to be here and not in the Astral Lounge. I can't stand being away from that place. And, but I can't listen to Borealis if I'm not zoning. That bird's song deserves the best eye Aurora can fly. A fan? Lady, I'm way more than that. I've been following her career since her club hopping days. I know every song, every lyric, and every beat. I can probably tell you the number of hairs on her head, if you cared about that sort of thing. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing weird about it. I just vibe with her music on like a cellular level. You understand? In fact, I've made a whole bloody career out of following that woman. Hell, I probably know that bird better than she knows herself. It's the way she makes the colours dance. With most beats, you get these colourful flashes, and the world gets all wavy like. But Borealis makes the Aurora dance like nothing I've ever seen. Her mods puts out a spectrum of colours that don't even exist. When she hits those high notes, and you're completely zoned, you don't just ride the wave, you steer it. So you get it then? Borealis's mods are an experience. Every note is like a set of hands lifting you up into the zone real gentle like. And when it peaks, it's like you reached a whole new state of being. Lady, there's no way in hell I'm giving you this. This slate brings me closer to her. As her biggest fan, I feel like I deserve to have it. Well, if you bloody had any, maybe we could talk. Why would I part with the one thing that connects me to her? Nah, Borealis's music is made from the heart. It's not something you write down. Really? I didn't think she even knew who I was. Yeah, I do want what's best for her. I don't want that. She should know I appreciate her. I'm still willing to talk. As much as I hate to admit it, you're right. Okay, you can have the slate. But next time I stop by, I want to hear a mod so sick it beats the piss out of my brain.
Stop hanging out in Epsite.
I don't know what you think you heard.
How many velocities did I have?
I'm stoned out of my mind right now.
Hey, velocity is pretty great. Do you think you can do me a favor and grab me a red? I want to try every color in the set. Well, okay, I'm not going to drink the whole bottle, just a handful of sips. I think altogether I'm aiming for 3. But I'm a lightweight, so for me that's basically a full bender. Great! I'll be here. My friend wasn't kidding. It comes on you real fast. I was not expecting that rush. But this is a good warm-up act. If I'm not dead in 12 hours, I'll be ready for the main event. I was at the bar trying to muster up the nerve to order a drink, but I was paralyzed by the choices. I was just about to give up and turn around when my friend here slid up to the stool next to me and ordered 2 velocities. One for him and one for me. And from there, an unlikely friendship was born. Okay, bye.
I'm gonna take our boy to the Astro Lounge tomorrow night. I just have a thing for lost causes, and Miguel is for sure one of those. Fashion-wise, he's like if smooth jazz made love to a sweater vest. As Neon's self-appointed magistrate of style, I felt like I had a duty to scoop this man up and unearth his inner swag. I'm a free spirit, yo. A wanderer. I go wherever the wave takes me. But if there's two places I vibe with most, it's the bars and the market. Aurora's my mistress, but fashion's my heart, so I'm always checking in on the latest trends. Think so? I know people say the trends here are manufactured. Just more megacorp, technorati bullshit putting commercials in the sky. But the corps can put up 1,000 billboards, and they still won't define what lights up the street. We do. When I was a kid, my parents used to dress me in these old man sweatsuits because it was all we could afford. But even then, my sense of style was always there, deep in the marrow, you know? It got so bad I started cutting up my clothes to make my own. When I finally could afford some new threads, it was like meeting my soulmate in person after a decade of loving her from afar. Diosdado's my dad's name, and his dad before him. I used to go by Trey, but when the old man passed, I decided to do him a solid and wear the name without the Nick. Even back on Sol, my ancestors were island people. Volii Alpha being an ocean world, I feel their spirits with me. Peace!
At. This is striker turf. Don't mess with the strike. See you later.
You want to join us? We're a gang. You understand that, right? Not some daring adventure bullshit you can brag to your friends about. We steal, we mug, we kill if we have to. People that come to us have usually run out of options. So are you really interested? Never judge a book by its cover, then. Let me tell you about us. What makes the Strikers different is we're family. It's us against every goddamn thing the world can throw at us. If you're in, we'll go through hell and back for you.
It's been a little too much of that hell going round.
Vogel, not the time. We do everything we can to make sure everyone's got a roof overhead and fish in their belly. I prefer we fleece the marks, not kill them. Better for everyone in the long run. But you do what you gotta do. Ebside is where all the loser and sad stories end up, once Neon and Administrator Bayou has used them up. Surviving here ain't easy. Sometimes blood's got to flow just to get food based on your plate. But we only take what we have to. Not so fast. I gotta get to know you first. What would you bring to the Strikers? Very useful. I like it. Done anything special? Something that might impress us? Right. So you're one of those stargazers. Sure. They visit here all the time. I'm not sure what your game is, but if you really want to join, there's a test. You're going up against the Disciples. Everyone in Ebside's been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Some people snap, and snap hard. The Disciples are maniacs, pure and simple. The test is to find out who has been arming those nutjobs with military-grade hardware. If you're a striker, it means the Disciples are going to come after you hard. But you do this, we know you can hack it, and you're willing to risk your neck. We're fully in alignment there.
I can't understand this sudden urge to join the Strikers gang. I can think of about 100 better ways you could be spending your time.
There's a warehouse they use. One of our friends said there's a slate there that has the info we need.
Oh, that's my job.
was going to go in and make them pay.
You want it? Too bad, Vogel. You go in there, and it's a bloodbath. I want someone that can snatch it from them. Ideally with them never even knowing it happened. Consider this your audition. Try not to get killed, new fish. There's no shame if you just walk away and go back to your pretty little... The disciples have got the numbers. They've got the guns. What we have left are the diehards. But we are a family. We genuinely care about each other and have each other's back. So, we may be down, but we are not beaten. I had another life, but I lost it all. Taken from me. Vogel and I were cast out on the street. We couldn't find work after months. Things got dark. So crime was the only option. We picked up misfits and unfortunates from there, but all of them fighters. Willing to do anything it takes. Madame Sauvage is a serious player in Ebside. For previous favors rendered, she's protecting us. And even the disciples won't go against her. But we take one step outside, and all bets are off. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Don't blow it. It took weeks. I know Briggs said. The job's about getting the slate.
Don't break a leg. Yeah, catch you later.
If you hurt any of the strikers, I will break you.
Can I get you some? Maybe you'd like to try a velocity? Au revoir.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people... No, it's fine. Go ahead. Goodbye.
I wasn't doing anything.
For sure. Once you step inside, it's all chill vibes and good times, my friend.
I read an article about the all chunks diet. I think I'm gonna try it out for myself.
Bet I have credits to spend. You lost, kiddo? Sure. I just don't get too many quality customers here. Most folks head over to Newell's or the Emporium if they've got the creds. I'd say less than half my customers are legit. The others are just kids up to no good. Just something I call everyone. Nothing to get worked up over. I had some high hopes for this shop back when my husband and I opened it a while back. These days, if you ain't a regular, you're usually trouble. Or something happened. Ain't that always the case? Let's just say those hopes died a long time ago, and there ain't no reviving them. Snacks, drinks, odds and ends, typical convenience store fare. Thought we'd snag a few of the Astro Lounge clubgoers who might want something to go on their way home. Turns out we were more appealing to the local gangs. We'll see about that.
I told them to get out. I mean, what were they gonna do?
Check it out.
People like that always bet.
I may not be on the main strip, but I make enough to keep me afloat. Lucky for me, my regulars are a devoted crew. Mostly tied up in those good-for-nothing gangs. Those disciples and strikers always fighting over who gets to run the place, and not giving a damn over whose lives they ruin. Solomon thought a small convenience store with cheaper prices would make a killing. Of course, the only killing made was when he got himself shot in a robbery. Now it's just me running this place, so you can see why I'm not a huge fan of strangers in my shop. Sorry, I'm not interested in that. Never heard of them. Now, are you gonna buy something or just annoy me all day? Well, now that I know you're serious, we can talk business. Yeah, I know Headlock can't stand them. And I heard some of the other Sioka can't either. That boy doesn't know how to keep himself out of trouble. What'd he do this time? He's a customer. You're not here to interrogate me, so let's get back on track. Well, if any place should be terrorized, it may as well be the Emporium. In any case, if you're so desperate to find him, he and his friends are probably hanging out in Warehouse 4, somewhere near there. I gotta ask, what are you gonna do with him? I have no affection for him whatsoever. He's a good-for-nothing thug, and a boastful one at that. I wouldn't mind seeing him get smacked around and put in his place, but that doesn't mean I think he should be killed. That's one way to punish him. You'll just bore him to death. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business to get back to. If you aren't gonna buy anything, you better run along. Come again.
have some... Be careful around here. Not everyone that stays in our sleep crates are reputable.
That they do. It's the families that really get me. And when those families can no longer even afford a sleep crate, well, that's just my favorite part of the job. If you're struggling, sleep crates are the budget accommodation choice of Neon. It's tight, it's got a smell that's an acquired taste. If you're in the market for a sleep crate, they sadly sell themselves because they're very, very cheap. Good for you. You can at least get some privacy that way. No weird stains, save the ones you spill. And it just so happens we have a deluxe shipping crate that recently came on the market. Built for cargo, redesigned for people. Just the thing for a minimalist like yourself. It's an artist's way of saying less is more. Minimalism is about shedding life's excesses. One night in a sleep crate and your desires, comfort, and hygiene will mold away. Smart choice. I'd say you dodged a bullet, but you're the one holding the gun. Back to work, I guess.
Sorry, can't talk. Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days. Spreading like a virus through the systems.
Side. The locals there don't exactly appreciate the tourists.
Back off.
And who do we have here? You here for business, or to get your head caved in? Is that so? I'm not just some low-life thug anymore. I'm with the Sioka now. You mess with me, you'll mess with the whole syndicate, and that won't end well for you. The Ebbside Strikers. I ran with them for a good long while, but then it just became embarrassing. I couldn't even feed myself when I was with them. Clawed myself out of the gutter, and Sioka took notice. My talents were being squandered with the Strikers. I was too good for them. Oh, so you think you're funny, huh? Keep talking like that, and I'll make sure you're eating trawl through a tube. So go on, hotshot. Give me a reason why I should leave Tevin and his shitty little store alone. They realized I'm an asset, of course. I'm one of their best guys. I'm tough, dependable, and I make a lot of money for the Syndicate. You asshole. I told you I'm not someone to mess with. You should have showed a little respect.
No one kills Sioka here. In my sight.
I don't stock up on junk.
wary, but I'll look at it. What is that smell? Is that...
Hey there. Welcome to Off-World Eats. Feel like taking your taste buds on a trip around the settled systems? Well, thank you very much. My husband Lee and I have spent years sourcing the most interesting foods from other worlds. You can't find this type of cuisine anywhere else in Neon. We're very proud of our specialty menu. Lee Leonard. We've been together for almost 5 years. Couldn't have gotten this restaurant open without him. Well, that was our own, but it hasn't worked out that way. Turns out that our little niece has also created our biggest hurdle. In order for this business to work, we need an ever-evolving menu. To do that, we need to constantly source ingredients from across the settled systems. Ever since we sold our ship, it's been difficult. When we first arrived, we needed every credit we had to open the restaurant. We kept the ship, but our pockets were empty. Then the bills started piling up, and we had to shift from paying for jump fuel to just keeping the doors open. After a while, it was obvious that keeping a ship we can't even afford to operate was a waste of money. So we sold it. That's how we're operating right now. It's terribly expensive. La Tora, you're not here to listen to my life story. You're here to eat. Well, let me stop talking so you can take a look at the menu and dig in. So, what will it be? Oh, I guess it couldn't hurt to take a look at this. Hope you're hungry. It's not by choice. I can promise you that. The amount of money required to maintain a business around here is utterly ridiculous. It's borderline criminal. This space in the underbelly is literally all we can afford. It frustrates me to no end that we can't aim higher. But you know what? All that really matters is that we have a solid roof over our heads and people seem to enjoy what we've brought to Neon. Ah, not at all. We met on a Trident Starlines cruise around 8 years ago. I was a trained chef, and he was a nutritionist at Oishi. So we had a lot in common. We dated for a while, fell in love, and married only a year later. That's when we decided to pool our money and open this restaurant. That would be so helpful. Thank you. What I need are any sort of exotic organic ingredients harvested from creatures or plants. I got him. Lee Leonard. It's actually simpler than it sounds. If you've never seen it before and you aren't horrified to eat it, then bring it to us. If it's edible, I can make a dish out of it. Excellent. Oh, there's one important thing you should keep in mind. Be careful when you're collecting. It's not worth getting hurt trying to harvest ingredients from a particularly hostile life form. Lee, did that crate from our distributor ever arrive?
If you like our food, you might want to buy some extra takeout meals before you leave. Yeah, at this rate, we're probably not going to be here much longer. Yeah, sorry. I guess I tend to overstate things a bit. Cosmo says I need to stop being such a pessimist, but I mean, can't help it. Administrator Bayou's crushing everyone's hopes and dreams in this city. He's making it really difficult for honest people to earn a living. Tax rate hikes, exorbitant fees for the most minor conveniences, overpriced rent, it's a bottomless pit. It's getting so bad, I don't know how anyone can possibly afford to start a new business these days. tried, and some were even killed for their trouble.
Bayou's proven time and time again that he's completely untouchable. Oh, it's maddeningly frustrating to watch what he's done to this city.
Look, I could go on and on about Bayou, but you clearly came down here to eat, so I shouldn't monopolize your time. Cosmos should have plenty of meals ready to serve, if you're hungry. God knows I've lost my appetite. Oh, so you want me to embarrass myself, eh? Okay. Cosmos and I met around 8 years ago on a Starliner tour of the Sol system. And when I say met, I mean we literally bumped into each other. Anyway, we were both part of the food industry, so we hit it off immediately. And after that, we dated for about a year. Within 2 years, we got married and opened our new business, right at this very spot. Phew, I can't believe how much time has passed. Cosmos is the trained chef around here. No one knows their way around the kitchen better. I try to follow the latest trends and keep an eye on what's selling and what isn't. Not an easy job when you're catering to interplanetary visitors. I also handle the books and adjust the menu, which is completely driven by whatever ingredients we have on hand. Basically, I let Cosmos act like a mad scientist in the kitchen while I keep the lights on. Neither of us could make this business work without the other. Maybe take some extra food to go next time? Didn't hurt. Hey, Cos, did you hear another business I've broken into recently?
Again. Why is it insect protectors? Isn't that...
Can I get you anything? Hello. I'm sorry if I sound rude, but would you mind coming back later? We're actually closed right now. I just forget to pull down the shutters. I'm afraid so, but I don't really want to talk about it right now. Perhaps another time when I'm feeling up to it. Yes, of course. Please forgive a foolish old woman for forgetting her manners. By all means, take a look. Honestly, I'm not sure if more business would be exciting or intimidating. But I'll give it some thought. Thank you for bringing this to me. Hello. I'm sorry if I sound rude, but would you mind coming back later? We're actually closed right now. I just forget to pull down the shutters. Oh, you're so kind. I really appreciate what you're trying to do, but I don't feel strong enough to talk about it right now. Perhaps another time when I'm feeling up to it. I'm afraid not, but come back tomorrow and perhaps I'll be strong enough to speak to you. Right now, I can't.
Kinda hungry. Can I get you something? Welcome to Xeno Fresh Seafood. Would you like to try some trawl? Trawl is an extruded polypaste blend made from premium organic seafood caught only a few hundred meters from our location. It's healthy, tasty, delicious, and served in a convenient disposable applicator tube. I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to discuss matters of a personal nature or necessarily speak with customers. If you wish to register a complaint, please fill out one of our comment slates and submit it to our corporate office. If you're upset, please fill out one of our comment slates and submit it to our corporate office.
Oh, this is absolutely hopeless. Just buy your disgusting fish paste in a tube and let's get out of here.
In the meantime, may I suggest you try a tube of trawl? It's won the Voli Benthic Cuisine Award 9 years in a row. Trawl will have you crawling back for more. What? No, I don't think so. No catch? Hell yeah, it would. Why would you do that? It's gonna take a hell of a lot of Aurora to make that happen, so hand it over. So, can I get that right now, or... Oh, damn. Alright. If you come across some, maybe you could still swing by and drop it off. That'd be pretty cool. Hey, why don't you give me a break? I work at this shop all day, every day, elbow deep in trawl. It's gross. I mean, it totally sucks smelling like fish paste all the time. It doesn't scrub out. Believe me, I've tried. Look, I can't really talk about this. If they see me talking to a customer about anything but food, I'm gonna get fired, and I can't lose this job. If they boot me out of here, I don't get my employee allotment of Aurora. Just give me a break, will ya? Yeah, trust me, you don't want it. They take everything left over from the Aurora processing and grind it into a paste. Yeah, guts, bones, and all. And then they add some kind of oh god, what do they call it? Alginate? Yeah, they say they add that for vitamins. Gross, right? Oh, you're leaving?
To be visiting the astral land while we're here. I mean, that's a given, right?
How may I help you today? Hello, welcome to Generdyne. Can I help you with something in particular? This is Generdyne's power facility. We're the only utility authorized to provide power for Neon. All of the electricity collected by our conduction grid is sent here, processed, stored, and then parceled out based on the city's needs. Well, our conduction grid technology, as well as all of the other experimentation being performed here, is proprietary. I'm sure many of our competitors would relish the opportunity to get through these doors behind me. I'm sure you understand. I'm sorry to hear that you're having trouble with your service. If you wouldn't mind using one of our customer service terminals to report the issue, I'm sure we can get it solved. Was there anything else? Oh, certainly. Have a wonderful day. Chief Technician Brayson Bayou is in charge of this power facility. If you have any questions about our corporate structure, you'll have to speak to the current office manager in the trade tower. Apart from the fact that he's Administrator Benjamin Bayou's brother, all I am authorized to tell you is that he's our chief technician. Even if there was, why would I risk my job telling you? Is this really what we're doing? I mean, it might be okay. According to the techs working closest to Brayson, he's in over his head. In fact, they suspect he doesn't know a thing about electrical engineering. Now, we all know how he got the job. I mean, his big brother, Benjamin, pretty much runs the entire city. What I don't understand is why he put someone with no experience in charge. It's almost as if he's running the company into the ground. To be honest, I feel bad for Brayson. He's actually a really nice guy. I hate to see bad things happening to him. Unfortunately, only Generdyne employees are allowed beyond the reception area. Any unauthorized individuals will be subject to the use of deadly force by our security team. I apologize if that sounds ominous, but they require I state that to anyone that requests entry. It's policy. I'm sure you understand. Have a great day.
You don't want that drug scrambling your brains.
Down here. Oh, how can these workers stand the smell of rotten fish and goodness knows what else?
Authorized personnel only. Get lost. What don't you understand? Leave now or else!
So, it's a control.
Save it for someone who gives
careful around here.
Stick to the main plaza, unless you like getting soaked by the water.
Watch your back around here.
Right now, but I've been to others.
I'd eat fish for dinner one more time.
Maybe if I move to the Bali Hotel,
What do you want?
that won't
Help yourself. Good work. I hope you made him squirm. Then you didn't press enough. But it doesn't surprise he folded anyway. Punks like him wouldn't know what real war is if it shot him in the ass. Thanks. Styx is gonna get a new paint job, a coat of wax, the works. He's gonna look brand new. Oh, and here, for your trouble. There's Styx.
One of our advanced stellar machines. Let's have us continue to run.
We're here. You might want to stay away from the edge of the upper platform. It's a long way down.
You. A fan, really. Although, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. They can get pretty possessive. Doesn't matter if it's my things or my time. Yeah, it's not all bad. Love can be toxic, or it can be beautiful. Sometimes, people just confuse the two. But sounds like it all worked out in the end. I've got my slate, which means the people will get their trip. Inspiration's like a wave. Sometimes it's hard to catch it before the break. That's what this slate is. A still wave. A feeling frozen in time. And I appreciate you bringing it back to me. Yeah, it looked like nothing was downloaded or tampered with. I'm almost glad it was taken by a fan instead of a competitor. Would have been awful to lose that thing. I was working on a brand new concept piece about floating into the center of existence. I'm not feeling it yet. I'm still working out the last few sections, but eventually I'll give it a spin in the Astral Lounge. Thanks again for finding that thing. Next time, I'll try and keep an eye on it. Sound safe.
I'm not gonna say this twice. Get the hell away from me.
There are a ton of distractions in Neon, so I expect you to be on your best behavior here.
Yeah.
Take it easy. These are some of the best guns money can buy. Now, if I only had the money.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system, not at all. Time to go?
What can I sell you today? Hey, you look like someone who craves serious firepower, yeah? Well, don't sweat it, I've got you covered. Seen some action, huh? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. You see, I had you all figured out the moment you walked into my showroom. I said to myself, Matthias, that looks like the kind of person who blow a hole in the wall to get to their goal. I'm talking military-grade, state-of-the-art weapons hardware. Click. Bang. Am I right? Only when a steely-eyed weapons wonderkind like yourself graces my place. No, no, no. This isn't the sales pitch. This is a game changer. Imagine being completely surrounded by Crimson Fleet pirates with nothing but a magstorm and a few hundred rounds. You wouldn't even break a sweat. You, my friend, are perched on the edge of infinity. And Core Kinetics would love to come along for the ride. So what do you say? Of course. And you want to know why? Because that's all you'll ever need. We're the first and last word in weapons tech. You point, you fire, the target's vaporized. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get you tooled up and on your way. The showroom is yours, my friend. Imagine the #1 gun manufacturer in the settled systems. They sit right at the top of the list, the best of the best. You got that in your mind? Okay, now, Core Kinetics. We are chilling one step above all of that. Nothing else even comes close to eclipsing our deadly magtech. Think I'm bullshitting you? Buy one of our guns, slap in a magazine, squeeze the trigger and feel the pull. There's no sensation like it in the galaxy. Feel the pull. I like that. I think I might use that as a slogan in our next ad campaign. Damn, I'm good.
It's what the brain guys call the magnetically assisted projectile systems. That's the heart and soul of all our weapons. Those wizards managed to figure out how to push a solid slug out the end of a gun faster and more accurately than a conventional bullet. Some folks call them railguns, but I personally hate that name. This ain't no steam train. This is MagTech, and it'll put holes in concrete.
You think this is amped up? You should see me after I take a hit of Aurora. Maybe chase it with a couple cans of blend. Huh. Once I start flying, I could sell a mag launcher to your grandmother. Skills, baby. It's all about the skills.
You need firepower. You know where to find us.
If you want to talk, you'll have to schedule an appointment. What? I'm working here. I don't have time. No time to chat.
Are you supposed to be here?
Want to find a place to stay while we're here. I've heard that the Hotel Voli is top-notch.
Yeah, what? Is this important? I'm really busy right now. Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about the conduction grid tour, we shut it down a year ago. See that big yellow thing that's draped over almost the entire city? That's the grid. Or what the locals call the span. Besides looking like some sort of madman's modern art piece, it's actually the main source of the city's power. Good. If you were, you'd be the 12th person I've turned away this year. What a waste. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you, but I've got a ton of problems and no time to deal with them all. I'm afraid that things aren't going terribly well around here. Why? Because I'm sick and tired of putting on a corporate face and pretending that nothing's wrong. It's do or die time around here. We can either spin our wheels forever or worse, go under completely. I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. I'm happy to get this off my chest. The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't developed a single groundbreaking innovation. At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that's going on in the research and development division. Unfortunately, no. I'm in third on the corporate ladder. One step above me is Ayumi Komiko. She's the COO of the company. And then there's Kaito Harada, our esteemed CEO who never seems to be around. No, of course not. We still produce smaller power systems and backup generators, but nothing even close to the magnitude of the conduction grid. Genodyne needs to come out with something spectacular to put us back on the map. If not, we'll remain stagnant forever, or worse. You'd think that, right? The problem is that Brayson Bayou, Administrator Bayou's brother, is currently heading up the R&D division. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about power systems or electromagnetic technology. I can give you 117 reasons. Our employees. If Genodyne goes completely under, how many of them will lose their jobs? How many might get cut in a restructure? My position puts me in charge of the welfare of our personnel. I can't in good conscience allow that to happen to them. Isn't it obvious? Administrator Bayou clearly leaned on Ms. Komiko to get his brother hired. It's nepotism in action. Of course there are. But so far, Brayson has suppressed most of their work through pure jealousy. Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me seems to care what's going on, but I'm willing to take a chance. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayou, but I don't know if he can be trusted. What do you think I should do? It describes my aggravation with how badly Brayson Bayou is running the Research and Development Division. I'm also including a list of all the failed experiments he's greenlit, and how much they've cost Genodyne as proof of his incompetence. I'm praying someone as financially successful as Administrator Bayou might be able to put aside his ego and look at this from a business perspective. You know what? You're absolutely right. I can't allow Brayson to run this company into the ground. Hey, look, thanks for helping me out with this. It's been on my mind for a long time. If there's anything else you need, any questions at all, feel free to ask. Genodyne was founded in 2232 by the original designer of the conduction grid, Felicia Corbin. Working from her facility in Neon, it took her almost 25 years to get the conduction grid up and running. That was Genodyne's first and last major success. The span above the city is outfitted with a specially developed electromagnetic absorption system. When a lightning discharge hits the span, the energy is instantly distributed across the grid to prevent overload. The energy is then transferred through a series of polyphasic capacitors and rectifiers to ensure all of the negative and positive strikes are equalized. At this point, the energy is clean, and it gets stored in massive storage cells in Neon's underbelly, from which it's parceled out and used for power. That's an excellent question, and the answer for it is surprisingly simple. The conduction grid is only effective in lightning-rich environments. That's why Volai was chosen as its primary development site. Genodyne has always hoped to adapt the grid's absorption technology for other applications, but nothing public has ever been announced. It was great speaking with you.
You don't need to wear your helmet in here. You know that,
The way
right?
things are looking at Genodyne? Can't talk. I've got a deadline coming up.
Sorry, busy at the moment.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
Haven't met our CEO, Mr. Arata. Me either.
I wonder how many poor souls who couldn't make it in New Atlantis ended up working at the fisheries in Neon. Lovely day for it.
Again. Look, you can tell Mr. Okadibo that I'm doing everything I can. Blood from a stone, if you'll pardon the expression. Oh, my lord. You aren't here about Mr. Okadibo's debt to Kelkor. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Let me start over. My name's Clover McKenna, but you can call me Chloe. Sorry for me outburst. That's kind of you. This mess with Mr. Okadibo over at the Neon Mining League has really thrown me off my game. It's a shop over in Akuchi Market. You know, the plaza next to Ryujin Tower? They sell all sorts of mining supplies and raw materials. It's a fine little shop, well stocked and immaculate. Mr. Okadibo is the owner. He's a lovely, lovely man, but his aspirations are one grav jump longer than his business instincts. If only you knew. Mr. Okadibo owes a substantial debt to Keltkor. I've given him more than enough time to try and come up with the money, but my father's patience is running out. Frankly, I don't know how much longer I can stall. You'd be willing to help out. That's awfully kind of you. You sound a lot like my father. If he found out I was stolen, he'd probably disown me. Mr. Okadibo, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. especially in this city. He really needs help, but he's too proud to accept any money from me. Maybe he'd listen to someone like you? That is a rather personal question, and I would prefer we kept things professional, if you don't mind. Oh, that'd be splendid. Just amazing. If you can get his debt off my conscience, I'd be grateful. It's been on my mind so much I've been keeping a diary. And don't worry about payment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. McKenna always keeps that promise. When he opened the shop, he outfitted it with equipment from our company. Spent a bundle of cash he didn't have. Obviously, business hasn't been going well, because he's fallen way behind on his payments. Opening a mining business on a world almost entirely covered in ocean probably wasn't the most savvy of business plans. I suppose he intended to cater to travelers that were passing through our system, but it's clearly backfired. A poor man. We're a tech company that primarily specializes in mining operations. We handle everything from individual standalone units to fully engineered outpost systems. Basically, if it's made of rock, our gear chews it. Might not be as glamorous as some of the other corps in this building, but it pays the bills. Because my father has a ridiculous sense of humor, and I can't stand the name Clover. I mean, seriously, Clover? Our family's Irish, for God's sake. I don't think he could have possibly been more on the nose with that name. Ha ha, very funny, Dad. For now, but let's not mistake my position for what it really is. A test set up by my father. He's set to retire in a few years, and I'm his only next of kin. But I'm guessing he's not sure if I'm ready to take over the company. So he shuttles me out here for two reasons. One, to flash a friendly face for our clients he flies out here as a perk. And two, gets his firebrand of a daughter as far away from him as possible. He's a real piece of work. Niall? Oh, he's the CEO of Kelp Corp. The whole blessed thing. If you asked him, he'd claim he started the company with next to nothing and built it into a megacorp in under 30 years. Truth is, he tends to forget the multi-million credit trust he tapped into as a crutch. But that's my father for you. Tough city. You watch yourself out there.
I'm glad I ended up at Keltcorp. Miss McKenna treats her employees.
I don't know, but I gotta get out of here.
Hey, no funny
It's
stuff with that
non-stop
booze back.
interruptions
Got enough
this
flight
morning.
traffic
I'm
as it
not
is.
spending another break in my desk list.
Can't talk. I've got a deadline coming up.
I'm glad I ended up at CalCorp. Miss McKenna treats her employees like family.
Unless this is about mass purchasing some mining equipment, I'm far too busy to start a chat.
Stroud Eklund makes some of the finest ships in the settled systems. I'd love to get a look at their operations.
This is the Stroud Eklund business offices. We don't do sales here, if that's what you... Our office is open. Just try to keep interruptions to a minimum.
Phil, I do like visitors, but Stroud Eklund doesn't run itself.
Well, I should hope so. He and I are very famous. Originally, both the Stroud and the Eklund corporations made consumer goods. Anything and everything a person could want. But after my husband and I married and merged the companies, we decided to make our mark on interstellar travel. And now the brand is nearly synonymous with starships. I still get questions from reporters wanting to know just how we pulled that transition off. And my answer is always the same. Money solves everything. Oh, interesting question. Neon is the ultimate playground for people who have money, and that means we exhaust ourselves sabotaging each other. It's fun, but a huge waste. Stroud Eklund as a company doesn't believe in restraint, but sometimes I wonder if Neon's lack of a moral authority isn't hurting everyone, even us.
of a joke. Say those Varun zealots who worship a snake. But let me tell you, it ain't.
Are you supposed to be here?
Is it real? Hell if I know. But they think it is. And that makes it.
Are you gonna let me work, or are you gonna keep bothering me?
Hello?
Quick piece of advice. We hear the name Benjamin Bayou, and we should duck the other way. Fast.
Welcome to Xenofresh Fisheries. Xenofresh is the best place to work in Neon, hands down. The pay is good, the hours are respectable, and the company's profits are skyrocketing. We're fortunate that Administrator Bayou dedicates his time and brilliance to see our company excel. The Free Star Collective has given Xenofresh Fisheries the sole right to fish chasm bass and use it to produce Aurora. If you care to sample some yourself, we have it for sale at the famous Astral Lounge. Although Aurora is our flagship product, we also produce a line of delicious seafood products as well. Oh, try not to disturb Miss Grad.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
Whoa. I'm working here.
Are you lost? Is this really necessary? I have to be somewhere important. You're not a plate of croissants. Croissants. I had commissioned a special order of baked goods for our next board meeting. It's called sarcasm. Read the room, for God's sake. If you aren't delivering the food that I ordered, then why don't you simply say so? That foolish girl up front must have allowed you back here. I'm going to have a bit of a chat with her later. Look, I'm really quite busy. If you're not here on Xenofresh business, I'm going to have to ask that you leave. My name's Libby Groth, and I am the CFO of Xenofresh Fisheries. And since I answer directly to Administrator Bayou, I hope you aren't here to cause any sort of trouble. The last thing I need right now are more protests and complaints to deal with. Everything under the sun, from unfair business practices to reported bad working conditions to the price of Aurora. We're the #1 most successful corporation on Neon, so we're obviously a huge target of opportunity for slander and false accusations. Everyone's looking for a free handout or a tiny piece of the massive success that we've accomplished. Well, I'll tell you the same thing I tell them before I have them escorted out. It's not going to happen. Not on my watch. I have 100 things to do, and you're number 101 on my list, so...
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere?
While we're here, you might want to stay away from the edge of the upper platform. It's a long way down.
Hoping to get a meeting?
You have a question?
I've been waiting here all day.
Welcome to Slayton
Ridiculous.
Aerospace. We're only taking meetings with our preferred clients at the moment.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace. There a problem? Not paid to talk.
just can't decide?
Taille vessels, sir. Look impressive, but it's what's inside the engine room that really counts.
Every Tayo innovation gets copied by the other Star Yards.
Yes, yes. Welcome to the Tayo R&D department. I am this close to tendering my resignation. The absolutely relentless requirement for features, features, features. You cannot rush brilliance, ingenuity. For their much vaunted competitive edge. And to what purpose? All the Star Yards are thick as thieves. Any innovation is reverse engineered in moments and available later that afternoon. Okay. Not literally. I'm being metaphorical. Oh, sorry. Math I understand. Engineering as well. People are a bit of a lost art. We're a bit on edge. A deadline approaches and we are well behind. What we do here is explore where poetry meets engineering. When we do it right, the clouds part and it's like the light of heaven. But the pain we go through to get there, well, it is hell. Absolutely. Even the times we fail, at least we try. Hope Tech ships are little better than flying blocks, and Deimos, armed to the teeth, certainly, but ugh. But when we are at our best, the math just comes together in perfect elegance. Unless you're hiding a doctorate diploma in spacecraft engineering on your person, I'm afraid not at all. But I've already vented to a complete stranger enough. Hello. I've already said that, didn't I? In other offices, tackling different problems, we have a distributed model of development. Vern and I are working on core research, things that could be applied to all classes of spacecraft. What? The fancy boy? He has barely learned his letters and they assign him to me. All he cares about are cheap thrills. A more ergonomic pilot seat? Really? We are building the future here, not cheap meat for press briefings. Yes. Goodbye.
Unless I miss my mark, someone as interesting as you doesn't work here. Welcome to the office of the famed spacecraft engineer Dara Ulrich. Such as it is. Word of advice? Walk carefully. Dara is in fine form today. It is tough for anyone to live up to her example, even Dara herself. She pioneered some really dazzling advances in modern spacecraft engineering and design. Things like seamless heat shielding with high-tech composites, to distributing power asynchronously to improve reactor yields. She's an unsung legend in the field, really. We do core spacecraft engineering here. Pure R&D. We're also supposed to be designing daring new customer-facing features. Things to get people revved up about our product lines. So, I see no harm in going for the easy wins. Instead, we focus on always being on the cutting edge. And too often we come up with nothing. Dara would have us tilt at windmills forever. True, we actually succeed sometimes. And the feeling of that? Nothing like it. But there is no shame in going for the low-hanging fruit, as my professors called it. Oh, dear Lord, don't let Dara hear you say that. It changes minute by minute. I have 3 doctorates in spacecraft engineering and related fields. I push to be assigned here, and I've learned so much. But the working conditions leave something to be desired. Dara is taking a very hard look at thrusters. How they work, how they could improve. Bold stuff, and I must admit, if it bears fruit, well, captains would really benefit from it. But it's so easy to lose yourself chasing rabbits down the rabbit hole.
If you have your own ship, we're always looking for bulk resources.
The Star Yards had negotiated a set price with the Trade Authority. Twice the market rate. Once you have the requested resources in your cargo hold, just return to me. We'll pay you the agreed fee and we'll send porters to pick up the cargo. If you deliver the full amount, there's a bonus in it for you too. Most contractors either represent mining companies or are miners themselves. But really, we don't care where you get the resources, so however you procure them is your own affair. As a first-time contractor, I am required by law to let you know that every Star Yard offers the same terms. But obviously, you should deal with us. Depending on your cargo hold size, you may need to make several trips to fulfill the order. So what we need is lead. We need a medium shipment, 2,000 units of it. Excellent. This invoice has the details. Let me see your manifest. We'll unload that from your ship right now. Where else is art and science? Let me see your manifest. It doesn't appear you have anything to deliver. Sorry.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be.
Just 3 more pages.
Tayo's not a bad beat.
Tayo is simply the best.
By now, or by next year.
No ship's better in the settled systems. People spend their whole lives dreaming of flying a sleek, sexy spaceship. And I get to make that happen. Tayo brings out the very best in people. Space should be more than just getting from place to place. It should be full of color, excitement, and full of features you never even knew you needed. Tayo ships are like traveling in living art. I know, right? Are you ready to make your dreams come true? The founders of Tayo were visionaries that looked at the star yards around and saw a tremendous opportunity. Neon has a life, a beat of its own, and that excitement, that life, was missing. So they worked on making ships that really sung, had a joy to them, something special. Now Tayo is the jewel of Neon. Excellent. If you decide to buy, we'll have your new ship all polished up and waiting for you at the spaceport. Yay! We've got something for everyone. Tayo is literally... We've got something for everyone.
the security around here. These idiots aren't quite as honest as the Freestar Rangers.
And the kids are going to love it.
I can't recommend Tranquility's lemon tea highly enough.
How are you doing? Meet any interesting robots lately? So, what do you think? Is it true what they say? Our drone machine's the best in the galaxy? Well, there's still plenty of time for you to learn. And coming to a showroom like this is really the first step. That's how they got me, anyway. My apologies, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Lendell Green. I handle robot certs and acquisitions for Starfreight Logistics. But outside of the job, I'm just a fan of robots. So when I retired 15 years ago, I figured this was a good career change. I played professional bat ball, believe it or not. I was a utility infielder for my hometown team in Aquila City. But then I messed up my knee trying to turn a 4.63 double play, and I had to retire early. They say athletes die 2 deaths. But tinkering with robots has given me a second life. We're a small interstellar shipping company, at least compared to the Hope Techs of the world. But what we lack in size, we make up for in quality. You think Ron Hope has someone like me making sure every bot he buys is up to standard? Not a chance. I mainly run tests to check things like load capacity, walking speed, just to be sure the model we're buying matches industry specifications. Once the sale goes through, we integrate the robots with our human crews. If the haulers don't abuse them and do regular maintenance, even the older Model A's will last a very long time.
Impressive. Tranquility appears to be doing quite well for themselves, wouldn't you say?
I'm glad these bots come with extended warranties.
I'll rest easier knowing there's another set of eyes looking out for us.
Hello, my name's Christine. I'm the office manager here. What brings you in today? Tranquility is a fairly new addition to the Ryujin family, so marketing really wanted to push our public availability. Being able to discuss our blends and processes face-to-face with our customers has really improved our brand awareness. I hope you found everything to your liking today.